Hey, I just wanted to tell you about my free 5-day Fierce Focus Challenge, which is starting on the 6th of October. If you are struggling to stay focused, if you are distracted by everything that's going on, you need to do this challenge. It's super quick. Every day you'll get one simple task that's going to take 5 to 10 minutes. Grab your free spot now at zestproductivity.com/focus. Hey, and welcome to Productivity with Zest, the podcast that helps you get the important stuff done without burning out. I'm Jasmine, and I live and breathe productivity strategy, the kind that gives you life and helps you get the important things done in a way that works for you. Here I like to keep it real and practical. No fluff, all zest and no pith, just simple, doable strategies that help you focus, get organised and actually move forward. If you want to figure out what area of productivity is holding you back, take my quiz at www.zestproductivity.com/quiz. Now on to today's episode. Hello, lovely listeners. Today I am joined by someone who is on a mission to help network marketers build businesses that are both successful and sustainable, but without burnout. Anna Green is the founder of Direct Selling Success and the host of the Direct Selling Success podcast. She's a mentor who helps women ditch the hustle culture and grow a thriving network marketing business in a way that fits their life. What I love about Anna is that she's all about doing this without gimmicks, without grind, without sacrificing your sanity. She's passionate about helping women unlock their confidence and simplify strategies, find systems that work for them. I had the privilege of being on Anna's podcast about 6 months ago, and I'm so excited to now welcome her here to Productivity with Zest to dive into all things productivity for network marketers. Welcome, Anna.
Wow, nice to be here. Looking forward to it.
Great. So for those that don't know you yet, can you share a bit of your story, how you came to focus on helping women in network marketing succeed without the hustle?
Well, my journey in direct sales network marketing began in 2005. I was home alone with 2 kids, thinking, what on earth am I doing with my life? I'd lost my identity. I was known as Laura's mum. I had no career. I was following a military husband around the country. And I ended up at one of these party plan parties, like the old Tupperware, Virgin V, that sort of thing. And just saw the lady who was doing the party thinking, do you know what? I want her life. I want to be able to go out and have fun and earn money and get these amazing incentive trips that she's going on. So I bought a kit. And I started going out and doing the home parties for the people who were in my local area, built my confidence, built an income, built my life back, became successful in my own right. And people knew me for being me again, which for me was phenomenal. I built a massively successful business, and throughout the last couple of years of me doing it, people were starting to ask me, how have you done this? How have you built this to the top? How have you got so far? And I was training them in all different companies. And it was somebody I'd met through networking, connecting with people that said to me, actually, you should be doing this for a living. You should be helping more people. It was like a calling as such. And I thought, do you know what? Am I brave enough to do that? Yeah, let's just do it. Let's just jump straight in. And I set up Direct Selling Success in 2019, about 8 months before COVID started, and never looked back. I've built it to become my full-time income with different companies that I work with, different consultants and network marketers that I work with to help them, because I know the difference it made to me. And I know that there is some icky teaching in the industry. I mean, everybody has come across somebody who has dropped into their inbox unannounced, been rude and pushy and salesy at them. And I just know there's a better way of doing it. And I know so many people struggle when they're taught that way, or they're taught a way that they just can't do for whatever reason. And to be able to give them that support for a small amount of money, or even for free with my podcast and free Facebook group and things like that, it just, for me, it's making an impact. It's making an impact on people of all stages of network marketing, making an impact on the industry. And I absolutely love it. I wouldn't do anything else now, I don't think.
I love that. I first came across Anna because I was in a direct sales company. I had a business, a beautiful business with Temple Spa that I did for many, many years. And I still have a toe dipped in that lovely industry. I grew a team and had an absolute blast, went on some amazing holidays. And I came across Anna because people in my world were recommending her to me to get inside her Facebook group. And it was really funny that then I found out she literally lived 15 minutes away down the road pretty much. And we've since met in person, which was wonderful. After lots of online interactions, she really is an amazing person, really helping in an industry which can be a lot about the hustle and a lot about the ick. And in terms of productivity, it can mean different things to different people. But Anna, what do you think true productivity means to you in the context of network marketing, direct sales?
Network marketing, most people do it on top of something else. So it's very much a side hustle industry. It doesn't have to be, but the majority of people start off that way. So I started off trying to fit this around a husband's shifts or him being away for 4 months detachments. I fit it around a lifestyle where I didn't have family support. For me, I had to fit what I was doing in the time that I had to make it as productive as I possibly could do. For a lot of other people, they're doing it on top of a full-time job or another business. And again, it's prioritizing that time and thinking, well, I want to make this work. I've got this dream for this side hustle that I've got. I hate that phrase because it just makes you think of pushing and desperation and the rest of it. But, that's the word. And I really do think that if you can get really productive with the time that you've got and use it wisely, you can do anything in small pockets of time. You can fit this around, 48-hour week or only working weekends or fitting it around kids' school runs or play groups or, taking your kids places. And the cleverer you can get with it, the more you can do with it.
I remember when I started, my little girl was 1 when I started with Temple Spa. And then I had my son a few years later. And it was when I was on maternity leave that I focused a little bit more effort into my business and grew a team and started actually earning a bit of money. And I was really pleased I did because I went back to work after maternity leave and got made redundant about 4 or 5 months after I went back. My side income, my business I was building, then became the thing that I fell back on. And that's when I jumped 2 feet in to the industry and building my business. That was back in 2018. And I had a wonderful time building it. But you're right, you can fit this as long as you do the important things in the pockets of time you have and not with all the stuff that makes you seem busy, but it's not actually productive. And when you're the people you're working with, Anna, who are juggling their business around everything, jobs, kids, life, what are some of the biggest productivity traps that you see people falling into?
Well, the majority of people in network marketing nowadays run their business on social media. And the biggest thing I see is, I haven't got time to do this, haven't got time to do that. But the majority of the time, they're just scrolling. They've fallen down that scroll hole and the thing that they went onto Facebook to do, either connect with somebody or put a post out there or engage with people, follow up, whatever it might have been, the majority of that time is just staring at this screen and moving the screen up and staring at cat pictures or where they want to go on holiday. And they're creating pretty pictures on Canva. Or they're so tired from being at work all day that business goes out the window and they sit and binge watch Netflix. It is discipline. It's real discipline and creating a habit of, right, this is what I want. This is how I'm going to get it. What is going to move my business forward? What is going to make me the income? What is going to get me in front of the new people?
Social media is a real blessing for the industry, 100%, but like you said, a massive distraction. And what is your biggest advice for using it productively rather than letting it eat up all your time?
If you're not working on social media, turn it off or have it out of reach. I would not have your notifications pinging left, right and centre for the platforms while you're trying to focus on something else. The platforms are designed to be addictive. You've got to remove that temptation to keep clicking on, oh, who said this? Ping, who said this? What's going on now? And then when you do pick up the device to actually do something on that platform that is supposed to be productive, don't go straight onto that feed. Go somewhere else. Go onto the group that you want to be posting on, or the platform where you can put the posts up and schedule them so that you're not actually on that addictive feed or looking at your notifications. Set yourself timers. When I first started trying to train my brain not to look at the feed all the time, I set myself 15-minute timers so that if I did happen to get distracted, I could bring myself back with the alarm going off to refocus me. But it's so difficult because they're designed to keep you hooked. Another really good thing to do is to, if you're working, put your phone in another room. If you don't need to use the phone, put it away from you in a drawer, somewhere else, on airplane mode. Just remove it from that area where you're actually supposed to be working.
That's a great tip. I read an amazing book about 2 years ago or 18 months ago called The Attention Fix by Dr. Anders Hansen. And in it, he talks a lot about what the apps are doing, that they're selling our attention. That's what they're selling. And I made a bit of a decision that I don't want to be sold. So I really limit my social media use. Don't have the apps on my phone because I can do it on my computer. There was a study he mentioned where a group of students, and they were all sitting in an exam. Half of them had their phone in their pocket in the exam and it was switched off, but in their pocket. Half of them left the phone outside. And the half that had the phone in their pocket performed significantly worse on the exam. Because even the presence of these little rectangles distracts us, and they're designed to. They pay the most world-class neuroscientists to figure out how to hold our attention just that little bit longer, because that's what they're selling to the advertisers. So yeah, that's a great one. Out of the room, on airplane mode, because the presence of it is so distracting. So if someone's running a network marketing business and they're like, right, I have these little pockets of time where I'm running it and that's my focus. I don't have any more because I've got playgroup, I've got picking up my kids from school, I've got my other job, all those things that fill up our time. They've got these little pockets of quality time. How can network marketers identify the important things to do, the right things to do in that time, and identify what truly matters in their business?
So network marketing is a really simple industry. There's 4 things to it. So you need to meet people. You need to build connection with those people. You need to offer amazing opportunities to those people that are going to help them or support them or give them what they want and what they need. And then you need to teach others to do the same. And that is the principle. As long as you're filling your time, or the majority of your time that you have to work on your business with those 4 things, you can't go wrong, because they're the only 4 things that you need to think about to get you to the top, to make you the big bucks, to make you anything at all in that industry. It's the basic principle of those 4 things that means success. So if you are filling your pockets of time with those things, not necessarily in equal measures, but a fair amount of each one, you're going to keep building. And it's like spinning plates. The moment you start teaching other people to do the same thing as you're doing by building that team, you tend to slip with the meeting people and building your own sales and offering those opportunities yourself. So it's having that balance at the right times, looking at what's needed when, what your big goal is, what your plan is, what you're aiming for, and fitting those things in.
You've just simplified business for everybody there.
That is business.
Find people, find the right people, your target audience, find them, meet them, build that connection, build that relationship, get them to like you, then offer them something that's for them, that they want. And if you've found the right people that are your target audience, then they will want what you're offering. And then teach others how to do it. Yeah, you've cracked business there, I feel. You've simplified it for us all. I'm going to chuck away all these books, Anna. Don't need them. Just need to follow that.
I need to write a book on that. It'll be 4 words long.
Because you think, what part am I not working on? Because lots of people might be working on the building connection by doing social media, but actually thinking, I'm connecting with people, but there's not actually a lot of people listening because you haven't really grown people and met people. And actually, are you really connecting with them by posting random things on socials? Oh, it's a really good filter.
And we overcomplicate this so much with listening to all these people on social media telling us what to do, or reading all the books with all these different, use this magic formula to do this and this to do this. That is the basic principle. And it's looking at it and thinking, right, how do I want to meet the people? Where can I meet the people? Who can I go and meet? Who am I looking for? Where are they hanging out? How am I going to connect with them? Am I going to add value? Am I going to share the passion for what I do? Am I going to see if I can put things out there that are going to interest them, intrigue them, entertain them? Then it's just about offering them the thing that they need. What do they need from you right now? Go and offer that to them and do it to everybody. Do it individually. Do it as follow-up. And then if you're in network marketing, one of the things that you're offering is an opportunity to earn money. You offer them that and then teach them to meet the people, to build the relationships, build connection, to offer them amazing opportunities. It's not complicated. Business isn't complicated, but we make it complicated by either getting in our own way, by procrastinating, by faffing. We all do it.
Yeah, you're right. We get in our own way such a lot by overcomplicating things. Which of those 4 stages do you find people struggle with most?
Offering the opportunity.
Right.
Down to down. Because a lot of people are okay meeting people. Most of the time they're willing to do. There does come a sticking point for a lot of people because some people, they've never had to meet new people. They've never had to build an audience offline, online, wherever. So that becomes a little bit of a sticking point. Building relationships, most people are okay with, the majority. But it takes confidence to start building those relationships. And sometimes people are lacking in that. But the main thing that people really do lack confidence with and get overwhelmed by and procrastinate over is asking for things. Asking people to buy, asking people to join. But when you start to shift that and it's all about serving, solving their problems, offering amazing things for them, and you can get that right somewhere up in your head, because it's all mindset, fear of people saying no, fear of what people will think, fear that you're going to fail, fear that you're going to succeed, whatever it might be. The money mindset behind asking someone to buy, too expensive, they're not going to be able to afford it, or, all the things. That's where people come unstuck. And doing that the right way and doing it in a way that doesn't feel icky to you or doesn't feel icky to the person that you're offering something to, that's a whole other thing. That is the one big thing that people come to me for, is that I can't get people to buy. I feel awkward getting people to buy. I can't ask people to join my team. And if we can get that bit unstuck, magic really does happen.
Do you think people avoid it because of the ick?
Yes, very much so.
Yeah, I recently had somebody who added me as a friend on Facebook, and I do get lots of people adding me because I'm always meeting different people, or people want to learn about productivity, and I'm quite open with my list. I'm not very personal on my Facebook. Well, I am a bit, but I'm happy to just be friends with people on my Facebook. So she added me, and I just thought she was a connection I'd made, like she'd heard me speak or, been on my podcast or something. And she very, very quickly sent me a direct message about joining her industry. And she hadn't even looked at my profile, because if you'd have spent 3 minutes looking at my profile, you would see Temple Spa in there. You would see my history with Temple Spa. You would see that I've sold skincare, so I don't need to sell your skincare. She just hadn't done any research. If she'd have slid into those DMs and gone, thanks for the connection. I know that you've done Temple Spa in the past. Are you still doing it? I'm in a similar industry. I sell this, blah, blah, blah. I was just a bit like, you have done no amount of research here. You are just scattergunning, and how on earth do you think that's working? She didn't really read it. And about a month later, I got a very similar direct message from her. And I was just like, oh, for goodness sakes, I've just deleted her. Like, I can't even deal with you.
No.
And it's things
And
like that.
unfortunately, this is what's being taught by, not by everybody, but by some. And I think cold outreach has its place. It really does, in the right way. If you're dropping into somebody's inbox and you've been taught to do 50 a day or whatever it is, and you don't want to check on what people do and you haven't got time and you're trying to be as productive as possible, at least make the messages generically solving somebody's problem and being a bit more about them than just be the standard copy-paste. I've got this opportunity. Would you like to watch a business presentation? Or I've got this opportunity. Come and join my team. Click here. Tailor your messages. Get clever and get more productive with tailoring those messages so they properly solve somebody's problem, so that somebody out of those 50 a day is going to look at that and go, yeah, that's me. And if you're not bothered about getting blocked by the other 49, crack on. But perfect that message.
100%.
Ideally, you want to be going out there and connecting with these people and finding out more about them and finding out how you can help them. And if you're going to do it cold and just add people as followers or friends, find out about them. Let them tell you about themselves. Really delve into who they are and then help them with what you've got. Offer them that amazing opportunity. And if you're not comfortable with that, really get to know them on a personal level and find out how you can help them. Don't make it all about you.
Anna, you're sparking ideas for me. If you were starting out in a network marketing business now, direct sales, you just got your kit, it was about to arrive, you had 3 hours a week to work on it, what would you do?
Start with, I would get out there and I would talk to as many people about what I've got and what I'm doing and how excited I am, and be sharing that passion in a way that feels comfortable with me. So let me take you back to 2005 when I first got my kit. I got really excited about it coming and I started to tell people wherever I was going. So now I would be getting, oh my gosh, there's 3 days until it's coming. I'm so excited. Who wants to be the first to see the kit? Because I can't wait. Come round to mine on this day. It'll be here. We can open it together. And I'd organise some sort of opening party where people can come and see the kit, come and see what's happening with it, find out a little bit more, be as nosy as I am and sharing that excitement. And then over the next few weeks, I would be looking at the particular model that you've got and thinking about how you want to run that business. So if it's social media wise, I would be building an audience on whatever platform it is of people in some sort of community space that want to find out about these products, that want to get the solutions that these products or services offer, that want to learn about it, that want to be as excited as you, that want to be the first to hear stuff, that want to be a part of this journey, and get them in one place and be talking to them on a regular basis and sharing that excitement and that passion. And then I'd be looking at how I can expand my network of people through either the local community and finding out what's going on events-wise, what I can get into and promote or share or collaborate. I'd be looking at finding my first few people who want to come and do this as well. Come with me, we'll do it together type of thing. We'll learn together. You get your kit and we'll do it, and we'll work together on this. And then those 3 hours a week going forward would be doing those 4 things, always looking for some new people to meet every week in some way, shape or form, building those connections every week, showing up on social media, showing up in my local community in some way, and then making it a regular thing to be offering that opportunity. So that to the new people, to the regular connections that I've already got.
Yeah. How am I doing with meeting new people? How am I doing with nurturing those connections? How am I doing with selling to them, sharing the opportunities? And how am I doing at teaching others? And I think a lot of people in the industry, like from when I was really in the heart of it, and I'm now still got lots of friends in there, and it's an industry that will always share a piece of my heart for sure. People don't really know how much time they've got. So I think that's a really good thing to do, is have a sit down and look at your diary and be really, truly honest with yourself. How many hours a week do I have to put into this business? And when am I going to do those hours? And actually putting them in your diary. like it's a meeting. When you come to do those meetings, have these 4 filters that you're thinking about. How am I meeting new people this week? How am I nurturing the people that I've already got in my world? How am I sharing things with people? And how am I doing with growing people around me, teaching other people how to do this? And if you do that, you will be so much more productive in so much less time, rather than this ad hoc, pick up my phone, share a post, do a Canva thing, get a bit stressed about something, panic, share some offers, do another thing, get a bit in a flap, hide for a week or 2, then come back up and then think, oh, I'm going to make this my thing forever, and then spend 10 hours crafting the most amazing reels and then disappear again for a month because it's got too much. Because I know burnout, it can be so common in this industry. So how do you help people recognise the signs early and course correct before they hit the wall?
That's very individual for everybody. You can tell when people are starting to get burnout, and you should be able to tell yourselves when you're starting to say, I haven't got time, I can't do this, that's never going to work for me. You're starting to feel like everything's getting on top of you, and you are starting to do that hiding, or you're doing that going all in and then not waking up the next day until whatever time, or really struggling in your other job. I think you learn to spot the signs too late sometimes. But if you know that you're going to come up against some things which are kind of normal for burnout, feeling poorly all the time, hitting rock bottom, mood swing, napping at people, not being able to cope with the everyday stuff, I think it's really important to start noticing those earlier if you can. Then you can pull yourself back out. But for me, a lot of the things I teach when it comes to people not coping, not hitting their goals, or trying to go all in, or feeling really desperate about the things because they are so focused on getting this thing and it's burning them out, we talk about acceptance and choices. But accepting that you can't do it all, accepting what you can and can't do and can and can't control, understanding that it's okay to rest, and it's not being unproductive, lazy, to take time out of your business, because actually you've got to think about this business and your life as a partnership. It should be balanced, because that's what you're doing this for. You're doing a side hustle to make your life better, to give you freedom. If you're not getting freedom along the way, there's something wrong. So I think looking at that bigger picture of taking time out and having days off and treats, and like spending maybe half an hour of your business time doing something for you and your health and your wellness, and just having somebody that's not connected to you and your business, like a coach, like me or you, to sit down with you and say, right, let's look at your business from the outside. Let's actually sit down and look at what's going on here. What can you change? What can't you change? What do you want it to look like? How are we going to start putting that into practice with, and removing this pressure that you're putting on yourself so that you can become more productive, more profitable, more hours in the day, and really look at it separately from somebody that would look at it in your company who has ulterior motive for your success. As lovely as they might be, they're going to earn off you. You want somebody separate to look at this. What's the word? Unobjectionably. That's not a word, but it is now.
Objectively.
Objectively, that's the word. So having somebody being able to do that can really help you see things from a different angle and see what's not quite right.
External eyes are really, really important on things like this. And they might not tell you what to do. If you saw Anna, she knows her stuff. She's a mentor in this sphere as well as coaching people through it. So she would be able to give you some hints and tips. But even someone who's not in the industry, who's just a good coach, could really help you figure out what's important to you and why you're burning out, or why you're struggling with the pressure, and what you want to achieve from this, and what the important things are. So I think that's a really good tip, is get those external eyes, that external support, because we have wonderful uplines, if you want to use that word. My manager in Temple Spa was incredible, really supportive. I absolutely loved spending time with her. Proper business head as well. Like, she was all business. You know, there would have always been that motive. Just like when I'm coaching my team, I had a team of 40, I think, in the end. And yes, I wanted the best for them, honestly, truly. But if the best for them was also doing more sales, win-win for me. But it's hard to be objective because what they did influenced my income.
Yeah, absolutely. And as somebody who was a leader in the industry as well, I remember that too. I remember thinking, you know what, I can see the potential in this person. I can see how amazing all this will be for them. I can see them as the next leader in my team because I can just see that star quality in them. But if you want it more for them than they want it, what does that say? I mean, it's so easy to get so overexcited for this person when that might not be their dream. And me pushing them to do that thing that I want them to do and I can see them doing, it's going to burn them out. It's going to make it worse because that's what I think is best for them, not necessarily what is best for them.
And it's a complete waste of time.
Oh, yes. Been there, done it.
Yeah. When you're looking at your team, for those people listening who've maybe got a team in this industry, whether it's a team of 6 or 60, there'll be people in your team that you really see that potential in, and you want them to be everything that you can imagine and dream for them because you want that for them. But if they don't want it, you are utterly wasting your time. And when you've got a team, you focus on the people that want the time from you. I remember there was people in my team who did amazing sales, but they didn't want any time from me. I would offer one-to-ones, I would offer support, I would offer whatever they needed. And they're like, no, just send me the deals. I literally don't want anything else. And then there was people who wanted a bit more support, who needed a bit more support. So that's where I put it. But then there was those people who were constantly asking for help and support and need from me. Took a lot of my time, but never actually did what they agreed to do in our sessions together. And that's another red flag of, are you wasting your time? Never not be available for people, because if they're in your team, you have that duty and they can always turn it around. But if someone is continually saying they're going to do something and then never actually following through, then just be really wise about where you put your time, because your time's precious, really precious.
Yeah. One of the things that I was always taught was work with the willing and spend more time with the people who want this and who are driven and focused than you do with the people who you think need it the most, which at the beginning, when you're first starting your journey in network marketing and building a team, you think the people who aren't doing anything are the ones that need the most of your time, but they're not. They're not doing anything for a reason, and until they're ready to do the things, you can't help them. We're doing a masterclass on inspiring leadership and helping others in your team get their own teams. And one of the things that was asked on there by about 4 or 5 different people was literally that thing: how do I spend my time wisely in this team? Because I've got all these people who are telling me they want it, but they're not doing anything. They're just not doing anything. And I'm spending all this time with them, and I'm dropping all these plates of my own up here that are all about meeting the people and building the connections, you know, all the 4 things, because of these people. And it's quite a simple thing to solve, but it's hard from a mindset point of view, because you want to help these people, but they're not ready to be helped. The best thing you can do, have the final chat with them, the last one you're going to do, and get them to set what they are going to do before you have your next chat. So talk to them about what is it they want from this, what are they going to commit to achieving, and once they've achieved that, they get back in touch. They know where to find the help and support. They've got it all through the company. They've got it all through the stuff that you've already given them. Give them that thing. And then when they keep coming back to you, you say, have you done the thing? No, right, you go away and do the thing, and then we'll do the next thing with you. Because you cannot keep spending time with those people that are just sucking your energy. It's just not productive.
That's a classic example of defining and then defending your boundaries.
Yeah.
And that's what we need to do in all business, all aspects of life. You go, this is my boundary. So with this person, The boundary is, I'm not giving you another hour's one-to-one until you do that one thing that you said you're going to do.
Yeah.
So you define it and then you defend it, because people want to encroach on your boundaries all the time. So you defend it.
The other thing about these people is you're not helping them in any way, shape or form by giving them your attention. They want your attention. That's what they're doing this for. They might not necessarily understand in their own head that that's what they're doing, but that's what they're doing. So if you're giving them that attention, you're giving them what they want, and you're training them. If you move away and you distance yourself from it, you're helping them, and they're going to go out and either decide it's not for them or take action and get off their bottoms and do something. But it won't happen until you stop feeding them.
Got to cut the cord and help them grow up a little bit on their own with your support.
Yeah.
That's great advice. So we are coming to an end, Anna, but if you could give one productivity tip to every single network marketer listening today, what would it be?
Say, have a list of jobs, little tasks that you know you can do in 10 minutes. Based around those 4 things: meeting the people, building the connections, offering the opportunities and teaching others to do the same. A list, so that when you have a pocket of time, when you don't know what to do, when you're not sure what to do next, you can just pick from the list. And they can be 10-minute tasks. A lot of them, they can be things that you know you need to do to move your business forward, things that are maybe a bit more chunky that you can pick up when you know you've got the time. But it'll be more productive to have that list to pick from when you go, right, I've got 10 minutes free, I've got half an hour free, what am I going to do? Before you've decided what you're going to do, have a list of all the things, pick something from it, get it done.
Fantastic. You're being a future friend there with that list, so that when you come to your precious time on your business, you know exactly what to do and you can hit the ground running. Anna, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on the podcast. Where can my lovely listeners find out more about you and your work?
You can find me on pretty much any social media platform under either Anna Green or Direct Selling Success. And of course, my podcast, Direct Selling Success, Network Marketing Done Right.
Fantastic. I will put all the links in the show notes. And Anna's got a great free Facebook group as well, which has so much in it. It's unbelievable. So definitely join that. If you're in that industry, you will not regret it. Lovely. Thank you so much for coming on, Anna.
Thank you for having me.
And that's all for today. Thank you for joining me on Productivity with Zest. If you want to figure out what area of productivity is holding you back, take my quiz at www.zestproductivity.com/quiz, and I'll give you some tips to help you along the way. If you've enjoyed this, hit follow so you never miss an episode. And if you're feeling generous, please leave a review because it really helps. If you want to hear more, head to www.zestproductivity.com. Until next time, stay focused, stay balanced, and keep bringing the zest to your productivity.